Test, test. Starting lineups, first for Missouri Valley. Starting at guard, 5'8" sophomore from Independence, Missouri, number 1, Giovanna Moore. At the other guard, 5'6" senior from Lakewood, Colorado, number 3, Brecklin Antrillo. At the other guard, 5'7" sophomore from Valencia, Spain, number 11, Mariana Delano. At forward, 5'9" senior from Barcelona, Spain, number 23, Irene Madrid. At the center, 6'3" junior from Madrid, Spain, number 25, Ana Arroyo. Missouri Valley is coached by Ben Lister. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing your Pioneers. Starting at guard, 5'6" senior from Kansas City, Missouri, number 2, Jordan Gonzalez. At the other guard, 5'7" junior from Memphis, Tennessee, number 3, Vienna Pettis. At the other guard, 5'8" senior from Ashland, Missouri, number 20, Trail Sean Smith. At forward, 5'11" senior from Iamane, Mozambique, number 24, Vanda Kuwamba. And at the other forward, 6' junior from Stillwell, Kansas, number 30, Ariel Sargent. Pioneers are coached by John Lewis, assisted by Bentley Knight Johnson, Drew Beecroft, Olivia Palou, and Navia Surratt. Tonight's referees are Christopher Cooper, Anthony Davis, and David Corner.
Well, welcome back into the Cook Center, where we're set for some Heart of America Conference playoff action. The quarterfinals of the Heart of America Women's Conference Tournament between your 3-seeded Mid-America Nazarene University Pioneers and the visiting number 6 seed Missouri Valley College Vikings. Pioneers coming to this one with a 20-7 record and winners of 8 of their last 9 contests. And Missouri Valley has been hot as of late as well. Winners of 4 of their last 5, 16-12 on the season. They lost in Marshall, Missouri to these Pioneers in overtime, and since that time have won 4 out of 5 and gone on a hot streak. Player to watch, number 1 in the black jersey, Giovanna Moore, just named to first-team all-conference performer. Leads all scorers with 14.5 points a game, and congratulations to Trell Smith, of course, number 20 in the white, also a first-team all-conference performer. Scored 19 points a game in Heart of America play. Pioneers control the tip. Bianna Pettis will get things started off left side. Gets it to Trell Smith out top. High ball screen from Kwamba. Kicks it to Pettis in the corner, and she tries a 3 off the mark. Pettis spends a lot of time in the lane, not so much time at the three-point line. I think Coach Lister will live with that shot. Brecken Antrillo handles the point guard duties out top for Valley. Now swings it to Moore. Trell Smith and Moore going to be a matchup to watch all night long. Irene Madrid goes drive and kick. Her pass was deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Missouri Valley on the baseline. A lot of Spanish flavor on this Missouri Valley team. Irene Madrid from Barcelona, Spain, and then Ana Arroyo, 25 in the black, from Madrid, Spain. Both in the starting lineup. Along with Antrillo, the senior from Lakewood, Colorado, who handles the ball against Pettis. Transfer from Western Colorado State. Morris 3 too strong off the back rim, and Bianna Pettis comes down with it in traffic. Pettis skip to Ariel Sargent for 3, and Sargent has one rattle out. And Trillo comes away with the rebound, and she's going to bring it across. Black numbers on black jerseys make it awfully tough on an announcer. That was Marina Mulatto handling on the right corner for Missouri Valley, number 11 in black, who's only played in 11 games, hasn't started one. Makes her first start here in the quarterfinals of the Hart Conference Tournament. Errant post entry pass stolen away. Pioneers looking to capitalize off the turnover. Pettis in the paint, out to Gonzalez. Pioneers take another triple. 0 for 3 start from downtown. It was Gonzalez off the mark this time. Gonzalez, a good shooter, also named to the Heart of America All-Conference team, which was just announced today. Jordan, congratulations, a second-team All-Conference performer and a 35% three-point shooter. Couple of looks at the rim inside for the Vikings off the mark, but offensive rebounds keep the possession alive. And that's Irene Madrid who got the short corner jumper off. About 4 chances in the paint that time for the Vikings, to no avail. 2 minutes gone and nobody has cracked the scoreboard just yet. Smith going to take another 3 from the left wing. Off the mark again. So Pioneers, 4 possessions, 4 threes, 0 for 4. Antrillo goes high post to Arroyo. Arroyo one-on-one there with Kwamba, who's a great post defender and on cue. Pokes it away, gets the steal. Trelshawn Smith in transition. One-on-one with Moore all the way to the cup, missed the layup. There's a lid on both baskets here in the first 2.5 minutes. Marina Melado missed the layup. That's going to be our first whistle. They're going to get Jordan Gonzalez for a foul on the baseline. First personal, first team foul. That'll send senior Rachel Siebold into the ballgame. Rachel Siebold, the third of the Pioneers to be named to an all-conference team, was honorable mention honoree, so congratulations to her. It sends Trelshawn Smith to the bench, and a nice move on the baseline gets the scoring started. Irene Madrid faked the handoff, and nobody was home. Right to the block for the easy layup. Vikings out to an early 2-0 lead. Siebold thought about a 3, instead takes the pull-up jumper off the glass, too strong. Long rebound fell into the hands of Madrid, and here comes Giovanna Moore. The in-and-out dribble and the pull-up 3 off the mark. And Coach Lewis wants to talk things over, set something up for his offense. Going to take a 30-second timeout, and we'll take a quick break with him. You're watching Lady Pioneer Basketball on MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Gonzalez going to inbound it to Bianna Pettis and get things started. See if the Pioneers can spark some offense out of the timeout. They go set play, looking to get it to Gonzalez out top. Kwamba rolls into the paint, skip pass to Pettis. Good defense by Missouri Valley. They've been in scramble mode for about 10 seconds and did not miss a rotation. Sargent had a 3 in the corner off the mark. An offensive rebound and put back no good by Pettis. And Kwamba now with the 3rd offensive rebound of the possession. Siebold's going to drive left side on the baseline. Thought about a reverse layup. Turned it down. Late shot clock Pettis has to create. Just got it to Sargent. Now Gonzalez, as the clock expires, knocks down a triple. Jordan Gonzalez gets the Pioneers on the board and back in front 3-2. 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. And Giovanna Moore answers the bell from the left wing. Knocks down a triple. Puts the Vikings back on top, and Moore, a player who can score points in bunches, not someone you want to see get going early in the ballgame. Siebold, baseline drive, reverse layup rattles out, and Moore comes down with the rebound. Antrillo in transition, into the paint, one-on-one, good defense by Bianna Pettis. Stayed vertical, didn't reach, no foul, forced the miss, and here comes Pettis in transition. She's lightning quick. Decides to slow things down, make sure we get a great shot. That's a good decision from a veteran point guard. Sargent in the corner, enters the post. Kwamba, drop step. Had her shot blocked inside by Ana Arroyo. Kwamba got it back and turned it over. She was looking for Siebold on a cut, and now the Vikings have numbers. 2-on-1 break. And Pioneers fortunate. They're going to get Ariel Sargent for the personal foul, but it saves a wide open layup on a 2-on-1 break. First personal foul on Sargent, 2nd team foul on the Pioneers.
Also checking in, number 33, Allison French. Substitution for Missouri Valley. Number 33.
Allison French will enter the ball game for the Pioneers, along with freshman center Mackenzie Manthe. A couple of changes for the Vikings as well. I am having all kinds of problems reading these black numbers from up here. I believe that's Ariel Miller playing inside for the Vikings. It is. Giovanna Moore knocks down the pull-up, so she's got the last 5 for the Vikings. It's a 7-3 lead now. Giovanna Moore, a sophomore from Independence, Missouri, so not far from Pioneers campus. As Trelshawn Smith gets her first 2 to go, and strong take to the right side for the layup. It's a 2-point lead for Missouri Valley. Drive and kick to Marina Mulatto, and she drops off a nice pass inside for Ariel Miller. So Miller, fresh off the bench, gets a 2 to go on her first touch. Smith and Moore match one-on-one out top. Trelshawn thought about that pull-up jumper. She loves that 15-foot pull-up. Nice pick and roll action on the wing. Gonzalez attacks the paint, hits Manthe on the roll, and Mackenzie Manthe gets the easy 2. Both offenses starting to find a little bit of rhythm now. 4 minutes to go, first quarter, and trading baskets again. Behind the back dribble from Moore into the paint, kicks it out. 3 on the way from Mulatto, off the mark. Too strong and over the backboard, out of bounds. And Rejane Callahan checks into the ballgame from Missouri Valley for the first time. Number 5 in the black, a sophomore from Wichita, Kansas. Neosho Community College transfer. Trelshawn Smith directing traffic. Going to get the ball to Manthe out top. Tried to anyway. Said they just clear out a side, and Trelshawn goes one-on-one. Miscommunication on the set play, and Trelshawn Smith tried to make something happen, and it leads to a fast break the other way for the Vikings. Ariel Miller is going to find herself at the free throw line for 2. Manthe picks up her first personal. 3 team fouls on the Pioneers. Missouri Valley yet to commit a foul. 3.5 to go here in the first quarter. Ariel Miller knocks down her first of 2. Make it a 2-for-2 trip for Miller. And the Vikings take a 7-11 lead. 7-11 open all night. Great Slurpees right down the street from Pioneer campus. Dribble handoff with Siebold out top. She gets into the paint, kicks it to French. French can be a spark offensively off the bench, and she's going to go right to the free throw line. Good 2-man action from Siebold and French. Allison French can get hot from the 3-point line. That time decided to shot fake the 3. Get into the paint, drew some contact. And capitalizes on the first of 2. We've seen 9 different players already in the ballgame in the first quarter for Missouri Valley. Pioneers have kept a bit tighter of a rotation. Mulatto, hounded by Trelshawn Smith, got into the paint, drops off another one for Miller. This time the reverse layup is no good. Would have been another assist from Mulatto. That's going to be the second personal on the Vikings in as many possessions. Fouls on Callahan. And the freshman from Olathe East, Aubrey Rogers, checks into the ballgame for the Pioneers, who had an outstanding freshman campaign. She made big plays for the Pioneers off the bench, really all season long. Had her career high in the final regular season game here in the Cook Center last week. Bianna Pettis back into the ballgame as well for Mid-America Nazarene. Smith handles out top with Moore. Giovanna Moore is daring Trelshawn Smith to go left. Sitting on that right hand very overtly. Bianna Pettis takes another 3 from the corner, off the mark again. Missouri Valley willing to give that shot up to Pettis. Trelshawn Smith able to steal away the offensive rebound, gets the layup and ties us at 11. Trelshawn now with 4. Only Pioneer with multiple baskets here early. And Trillo Goes to Miller in the paint. Little half spin, got back to the strong hand, and the right-handed jump hook goes off the glass. It's a nice play in the post from Ariel Miller. She's got 6 here in the first. Pettis drives baseline, got a step, reverse layup over the rim, didn't draw iron. There's a nice move, couldn't finish from Pettis. The Vikings looking to extend that lead. Trellshawn Smith jumps the passing lane. Great play on the defensive end. Turns it into an easy 2. Coast to coast for the layup. So Trellshawn Smith and Ariel Miller trading baskets. They both have 6, and we're tied at 13. Moore, pick and roll on the wing. Pioneers ice it. Good job by the freshman Rogers, not allowing Moore to use that screen. Right as I say that, they're going to whistle Aubrey Rogers for a personal foul. Minimal contact from Rogers, but again, Giovanna Moore, a first-team all-conference player. Sometimes those players get the benefit of the doubt from the referees. Moore looking back at the bench from expecting some direction from Coach Lister. Gets a set now. Comes a high ball screen from Miller. Moore refuses it. Kept it in the right hand, got into the paint, had to kick it out to Antrillo. All the way to the paint for the layup, off the mark, and Kwamba cleans up the mess. Pioneers look to run, and Trellshawn Smith threw it off the back of Ariel Sargent, had no idea the pass was coming in transition, and Moore, 3, left it short. Sargent able to recover, got back for the defensive board. 1 minute to go in what's been a sloppy first quarter from the Lady Pioneers, and still find themselves with a chance to take the lead before the break. Marina Mulatto picks up her first. It's the 3rd team foul on the Vikings. Pioneers with 4, so Missouri Valley in the bonus for the final minute. Dribble handoff to Pettis, gets into the paint. Jump stop, kicks it out to Rogers for 3. Looked good the whole way off the back rim. And a long rebound. Pioneers had 3 bodies around it. Didn't come away with it, but Pettis bails us out with a steal in the paint. And Pettis, coast to coast, had it stripped by Moore. It's going to be last touch by Moore, so Pioneers will retain possession on the baseline. Pettis will inbound. Vikings show zone and then match up man-to-man out on the inbounds play. Kwamba in the paint. Little scoop shot with the right hand, too strong. Missouri Valley going to slow things down. There's about a 6-second difference between the shot and game clock, so content to run this shot clock all the way down. Moore's going to clear out a side, completely emptied out right side. Now they're going to run Callahan through to the corner. High post entry, looking to go back to Moore on a handoff. Trellshawn Smith did a nice job denying it. Turnaround jumper from 15 feet off the glass. Not sure that was intentional, but Ana Arroyo gets the bucket to go. And Pettis in transition, going to go to the line for 2. Was fouled at the rim by Arroyo. Arroyo got the basketball up top. Officials say the foul took place down low. See the replay here as Pettis into the paint, and she did take contact with the body. We'll head to the line with a chance to tie things up. Just 1 second to go in the first quarter. Pettis alertly goes coast to coast in a hurry. Good awareness of time and score. And Pettis rattles out the first. Barring an offensive rebound and a putback, the 6-seeded Vikings are going to come into the Cook Center and, after 10 minutes of play, have a lead going into the break. Pettis 1 for 2. And that one's not going to count even if it goes. So a 15-14 lead after quarter number 1 for Missouri Valley, led by Ariel Miller with 6 and Giovanna Moore with 5. We got a 1-minute break. We'll be back. You're watching MNU Sports on YouTube, MNUsports.com. quarter number 2 gets started. It's Missouri Valley basketball. Antrillo gets the set organized for the Vikings. They get it to Moore. That's a good decision. She goes behind the back for the pull-up jumper. Off the mark, but an offensive rebound and a putback by Arroyo. Ana Arroyo, the 6'3 junior out of Madrid, Spain. Back-to-back baskets now for the Vikings. It's a nice set play from the Pioneers. Got Sargent going downhill. She had a layup opportunity with some contact at the rim, no whistle. Antrillo in the paint. Kicks it out some more for 3, short. Pettis the rebound, and she's going to push. In the paint, just about picked her pivot foot up, but kept it down, no travel. Back to Pettis. They're giving her all kinds of space at the three-point line. She attacks it right to the rim. Layup no good. Got her own rebound and put back no good. Pettis fighting for another offensive rebound. Gotta love the hustle from Brianna Pettis. Has been unable to finish at the rim tonight. But that's several offensive rebounds. Rachel Siebold gonna check back in. This time Gonzalez will take a breather. Siebold will inbound on the sideline, gets it out top to Pettis. Now Kwamba has a look at the three-point line. She's knocked down a couple of those this year. Team's content to give her all kinds of space out there, but has shot it and has knocked down a few. Smith, she can knock down from the slot and does. Trelshawn Smith ties us at 17, and Trelshawn, one of the leading scorers in the Heart of America, already with 9 points on the board. And Ariel Sargent, good hands, got a piece of it. Moore saved it from going out of bounds, but a foul away from the ball. They're going to get Arroyo. Excuse me, they're going to get Marina Malato for a foul away from the ball. And the officials are going to stop play and go to the monitor to review if they want this to be more than just a common foul. So I was watching Giovanna Moore save the ball in the corner and did not see the foul, which took place under the goal, I believe. And they're going to take a look and see if this should be changed from a common foul to a flagrant. So we'll let the officials review, and we'll update you when we come back. You're watching Pioneer Basketball. So Trelshawn Smith is going to find herself at the free throw line all alone after a flagrant foul away from the ball. Whistled on the Vikings. I believe it was on Marina Mulatto, so they've just changed it from a common foul to a flagrant one. So it'll be 2 shots in the ball for the Pioneers. That puts Trelshawn Smith in double figures with 10 and gives the Pioneers their first lead since very early on, an 18-17 lead. Make it 19-17, so Trelshawn Smith, the lone bright spot offensively here in the first half.
It was an intentional foul, so that's why Trelshawn got 2 shots.
Excuse me, they're going to go ahead and call it an intentional foul, not a flagrant one. It goes down the same in the scorebook. Dribble handoff action finds French open on the left side. She takes a 3 off the mark, and Smith fouled by Giovanna Moore on the rebound attempt. The activity on the offensive glass has been something Coach Lewis will be happy with here in the first half. You'll see Trelshawn crashing for the board here and displaced as she leaves her feet. Pettis to inbound. Has to throw it all the way out top of the key to Sargent. Now Siebold gets a screen from Sargent. Snakes her way into the paint, took a pull-up jumper off the elbow, but wipe it away. It didn't go. But an offensive foul under the goal on Ariel Sargent, trying to clear out space in the paint. That's the second personal on Sargent, so she's going to take a seat, and freshman Mackenzie Manthe back in will have the task of playing inside one-on-one with the 6'3" Arroyo. Moore sets a rip screen and then receives one. Gonna have a little isolation opportunity. She crosses over, gets into the paint, drops one off for Arroyo inside. Just saved it. Kicks it out for an open 3 on the right wing. Off the mark from Irene Madrid. Smith brings it across the timeline. Dribble handoff action with Manthe. Gets to that 15-foot jumper, knocks it down. Trelshawn Smith so comfortable operating in that mid-range area. Trelshawn now with 13 of the Pioneers' 21. 3 on the way out top, banks in off the glass by Callahan, I believe. PA announcer said Giovanna Moore. I'm certain it wasn't her. I believe it was Callahan. French into the paint, kicks to the corner. Pettis, who's 0 for 2 from 3, takes a third all the way over the rim, an air ball, and Pettis' confidence from the perimeter dwindling. Stolen by Trelshawn Smith, got an extra possession for the Pioneers. And there's Pettis again on the offensive glass, doing what she does best, staying active on the boards. French drives baseline, and she's going to be fouled by Arroyo. Second time we've seen that from Allison French tonight. A shot fake at the 3-point line, put it on the floor, get to the rim, and earn yourself a trip to the line. That's the second personal on Arroyo, so she's going to head to the bench. I'm not sure that's necessarily a good thing for the Pioneers because it sends Ariel Miller back into the ballgame, who had 6 points in the first quarter and looked to be a bit more of a presence offensively than Arroyo. French knocks down the foul shot, so the Pioneers lead by 3. Brecken Antrillo handles the ball on the right wing, looking to go inside to Miller, fresh off the bench. Callahan in the corner. They're posting Miller on Manthe. That's the look they want to go to with this matchup. Antrillo, wild left-handed floater off the mark. Landed in the outstretched arms of Allison French. Empty side pick and roll. Gonzalez crosses over, decides to go baseline. Kicked out to French. Now inside to Manthe. That's a good decision, late shot clock. Just give it to number 20. And Trelshawn Smith's 3 rattles out. Giovanna Moore pulls down the board, brings it across. Stolen away. Moore had an open shooter in the corner, but Trelshawn Smith read that book yesterday. Jumped the passing lane, gets the steal in the easy 2. And Smith carrying the Pioneers' load offensively. 15 points here in the first half. Pioneers lead 25-20. 30-second timeout in the Cook Center. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. And Trillo brings it across for the Vikings. See what Coach Lister has drawn up out of the timeout. Same set, they're trying to isolate. Oh, I thought it was Giovanna Moore in the post. I was wrong. It was Irene Madrid they were trying to isolate on a high-low. Couldn't get it to her. It was good defense inside by Allison French. French going to pick up her first personal, second team foul on the Pioneers here in the second quarter. And Trillo will inbound on the baseline. Miller dives to the post, gets a quick post touch and takes a wild off-balance shot with the left hand off the mark. Pioneers with a 5-point lead looking to extend. Siebold uses the screen, gets to the elbow, skip pass to French. Now French gets a screen from Manthe and takes a three from behind the ball screen, left it short, but Pioneers all over the offensive glass. This time it's Jordan Gonzalez who steals an extra possession. Yeah, that should be a jump ball. It is. Possession arrow favors Missouri Valley. Siebold just lost the handle, was tied up by a couple of black jerseys. But Giovanna Moore, the leading scorer for the Vikings, who had 5 quick points in the first quarter, none since. Pioneers done a nice job defensively. It's been Siebold and Smith with the assignment. Kick out to Benedetta Paracci, who traveled on the wing. Paracci, more international presence on the Vikings rosters, from Bergamo, Italy. It's the 3rd or 4th European we've seen already from Missouri Valley. How you find yourself in Marshall, Missouri by way of Madrid, Barcelona, or Italy, I don't know. Long ways from home. Deanna Pettis handles the point guard responsibilities, gets the Pioneers in a 1-4 high set. Goes out top to Siebold on the pro cut. Siebold drives in, right side, finally gets it to Mackenzie Manthe, and she goes right by Miller for the left-handed layup. Mackenzie Manthe with her second basket, wasted no time attacking the rim. Extends that Pioneer lead out to 7. After a slow start, it has been all Pioneers here in the second quarter. Fancy footwork from Giovanna Moore. Behind the back dribble, changed gears and got the floater to drop. She leads the Vikings with 7. Smith gets a screen from Manthe into the paint. Step back jumper rattles out. That is a highly contested shot. Miller came down with the rebound. Vikings have numbers, a 4-on-3 break. And Trillo into the paint, kept it herself, and she's fouled. Gonna head to the line for 2. She had a shooter in both corners, but opted to take it herself. Draws the foul on Rachel Siebold. First foul on Siebold. Isabella Regalado into the ballgame for Missouri Valley, a 5'9" sophomore out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, transferred from Northeastern State. On the block there, opposite the bench, in between Aubrey Rogers and Deanna Pettis. Regalado taking 148 threes this year. That is her job. She checks into the ballgame, space the floor, and knock down shots from the corner. 32 in the black, so Pioneers will have that on the scouting report when she comes off the bench. Runner off the three-point line. Pettis given all kinds of space out top, made it a difficult post entry. Instead, Smith has to take a 3 out top, but again, Deanna Pettis steals an extra possession. How many times here in this first half has Pettis gone to the rim and got an offensive board for the Pioneers? Behind the back, little crossover, thought about a pull-up jumper, turned it down. Instead, Gonzalez has to create. Clock winding down. As clock expires, Manthe has to fire up a 3 from the wing, and it's wedged there between the rim and the backboard. Which is actually good news for the Pioneers, because that constitutes a jump ball, and the arrow in favor of Mid-American Nazarene as the officials use the mop to pop the ball free from the rim. Something you don't see every day. Pettis inbounds to Manthe, gets it right back on the handoff. Stops, pull-up jumper from 15 feet short. Again, she has her fingerprints all over this first half, but not in the scoring column. It has been a difficult night from the floor for Brianna Pettis. Layup off the mark with the left hand by Miller. Pioneers in transition. Mackenzie Manthe running rim to rim. Gonzalez tried to reward her. It was deflected out of bounds. Good idea. You always want to reward your bigs for running. And the senior guard doing just that. Just a second late. Smith, one-on-one with Moore, into the paint, skip pass. Pettis attacks that space this time and gets a layup. I love what Brianna Pettis did right there. Viking defense helped all the way out of the corner, and instead of standing there taking another three, Brianna Pettis attacked that space, got right to the rim for two. Credit Trelshawn Smith with the assist. Those two have been a dynamic backcourt here in the second semester. Again, Pioneers winners of 8 of their last 9. Those two a big reason why. Manthe the steal and Pettis pushes the pace. Moore hits the deck and Manthe comes away with the post entry pass. It was just about stolen. Deflected and found its way into Mackenzie Manthe's arms for the easy 2, and Manthe now has 6. Trelshawn with back-to-back assists now. Doing it in the scoring column and the playmaking area of her game. Shining a spotlight here tonight. Giovanna Moore answers with a pull-up jumper. She's got 9. Feels like it has been all Pioneers here in the second quarter, but it's still just a 2-possession ball game. 31-25. Gonzalez looking to extend that. 3 off the mark. Looked good the whole way. Back rim. And Trillo slows the pace here for Missouri Valley. Got it to Regalado in the corner. Again, if she's not going to catch and shoot, she likes to move it. Pull-up jumper again from Moore off the back rim. Miller battling for the rebound, and Rogers first to the floor, comes down with it and gets a timeout called. Saves possession for the Pioneers, so a nice play by the freshman Rogers. It'll be Mid-America basketball after the full timeout. You are watching Lady Pioneers on MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Pettis will bring it across the timeline for the Pioneers. A staggered double screen in the corner. Gets it right back to Pettis off the little pistol handoff action, and a wide open 3 from Trelshawn Smith. Buries the triple in the corner. She's got 18 after a well-executed after timeout set from Coach Lewis's Lady Pioneers. Under a minute to go here in the first half. 9-point lead. Miller, spin move, had it poked away by Kwamba. Good hands inside. Vonda Kwamba, such a good interior defender. And there's a steal by Gonzalez, and she throws it the length of the floor. Pettis, nobody's going to catch her as fast as anybody in the conference, and Brianna Pettis lays it in for 2. It's an 11-point lead for the Pioneers, 36-25. And Trillo. Going to be whistled for the offensive foul. Trelshawn Smith holding her mouth as if she got hit with that off arm. Appears to be fine, but second personal foul on Brecken and Trillo. Pettis taking direction from Coach Lewis. Surely this will be the final possession of the first half, as just 1 second difference between shot and game clock. Pioneers can take the final shot. ran a little staggered double zoom, which is a screen followed by a handoff for Trelshawn Smith, nothing doing, and she takes a three with 8 seconds to go and gives the Vikings a chance to answer before the half. Antrillo going to have to heave one up, hits the corner of the backboard, no harm done. So an 18-point first half explosion from Trelshawn Smith leads the Pioneers to a 36-25 lead at the break. Oh, stay tuned at halftime for a performance by the Pioneer cheer team. And we'll be back for second half of basketball in 15 minutes. Thank you for being with us on MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube.
Missing first place by a half a point. While at the conference championships last week, Riley Martin and Camry Fox were named first team all-conference, and Stanley Coates was selected second team all-conference. Coach Lana was also selected as co-coach of the year for the Hart Conference. Congratulations, and now let's welcome the team to the floor.
What? Don't distract them.
Well, welcome back into the Cook Center where we're set for second half of action between your Mid-America Nazarene University Pioneers and the visiting Missouri Valley College Vikings. The Pioneers with an 11-point lead at the break here in the quarterfinal matchup of the Hart Conference Tournament. Pioneers, the host 3 seed, will have to go on the road to Dubuque and play number 2 Clark should they win here tonight in the semifinals, assuming Clark can hang on to beat Evangel in the 2-7 game. And there's a nice basket coming out of the halftime break by Ana Arroyo. Immediately go inside to the post, and a little up and under gets the bucket to go. So she's got 6, and we're back to single-digit ball game. Trelshawn Smith led all scorers in the first half with 18 and goes right to the cup here for half number 2, and Arroyo's there for the block shot. Vikings out in transition. It's Irene Madrid, skip pass to, gosh, these numbers are hard to see black on black, but Marina Mulatto, number 11 in the black jerseys is who that was. Missed the layup off the left side, and Smith going to slow things down, run some offense. Pettis all the way out near midcourt, directing traffic to Kwamba. Kwamba attacks left side, and her layup too strong. Kwamba has not found the scoring column just yet. Arroyo, a presence inside at 6'3", can really bother shots in the paint, and that three is knocked down by Mulatto. Just like that, coming out of the break, it's a 6-point game. Bianna Pettis had 7 rebounds in the first half. She handles the ball now, struggled from the floor early, but was over and over attacking the offensive glass, got extra possessions for the Pioneers. Giovanna Moore got a piece of that one, so blocks the shot from Smith, and it's a 2-possession game, and the Vikings are on the move. Mulatto inside to Arroyo, one-on-one with Kwamba, backs her in, goes right back to that up and under move. She kept the pivot foot down. She's asking why it's a travel. Not a travel. They're going to get her for a 3-second violation. And the winner of tonight's contest will be headed to Dubuque to face the Clark Pride, as Clark knocked off Evangel in the 7-2 matchup earlier today. So got that confirmation. It'll be Clark awaiting the winner of tonight's ball game up in Dubuque, as Clark, the 2 seed, will have home court advantage. Pettis, little in and out dribble left side all the way to the rim, got the layup to go. Nice finish that time from Pettis. So 7 points and 7 rebounds now for Pettis. Double-double watch. Nice pass. Arroyo, the beneficiary, gets the easy deuce. Irene Madrid created that basket, gets the assist. Pettis, right side into the paint. Gets right to the top of that charge circle and smothered up by the long arms of Ana Arroyo. Moore again got a hand on the ball from Smith, pokes it out of bounds. It'll be Pioneer basketball on the baseline, just 15 on the shot clock. Pettis to inbound. Gets it to Manthe. Mackenzie Manthe handling. Wanted to go dribble handoff with Smith, now does. Trelshawn into the paint, draws contact, going to go to the line for 2. Arroyo whistled for the foul. That's her 3rd personal.
That's her 3rd personal. Team foul.
First team foul here in the 3rd quarter.
Trelshawn Smith at the line.
We'll see if head coach Ben Lister opts to go right back to Ariel Miller, who was productive off the bench, or let Arroyo play with 3, and he does send Miller right into the ballgame. So Arroyo takes a seat with 3 personal fouls, and when she is off the floor, the paint opens wide up for the Pioneers. A rim-protecting presence for the Vikings. Trelshawn Smith gets the first to go. She's now got 19. She averages 19 in Heart of America Conference play and has broken through that barrier already tonight with just 2.5 minutes gone in the 3rd quarter. 20 points, half the Pioneer points from Smith, the first-team all-conference performer, senior out of Ashland, Missouri. They're going to get Ariel Sargent for the personal foul, reached around on the post-entry pass. And that's Ariel Sargent's 3rd personal, so Allison French will check in. Pettis got a hand on the inbounds and able to save it. So the steal for Bianna Pettis got it to French, and here come the Pioneers with numbers. Smith, long two from the corner. Rattles out. French the rebound. And is fouled by Giovanna Moore from behind, I believe. See official headed to the scorers table, and they are going to get more. It's just her second personal, but keeping Moore out of foul trouble has to be a top priority for the Vikings. French capitalizes on the first of two. And knocks down both. Puts the Pioneers' lead back out to double digits, 42-32. 3 minutes gone here in the third. Mulatto to Miller up top. Miller, strong drive, but good defense inside by the freshman. Mackenzie Manthe just walled up, allowed nowhere to go for the Vikings. But the offensive rebound by Marina Mulatto, the sophomore from Valencia, Spain. And she draws the foul on Trellshawn Smith, so Mulatto at the line for two. You hear Ryan Robinson whooping away in the corner, causes the missed free throw. He's excited about it. Shout out to Ryan, who's filled in on the broadcasting duties once or twice this year. The Pioneers super fan, never misses a game. And every team knows when they go to the free throw line in the Cook Center, they're going to hear it from Ryan Robinson whooping over in the corner. Mulatto able to go 1 for 2. She now has 4 in the game. Smith handles out top. Gets it to Manthe. Right back to Trellshawn off the dribble handoff action. Gonzalez gets a screen. Hits French shaking up out of the corner, and Allison French baseline drive. Good ball movement by the Pioneers. Gonzalez and Manthe just playing hot potato back and forth. Manthe had a layup off the left side, couldn't get it to go. Miller in transition the other way, fouled. It's going to be on Siebold. Rachel Siebold's going to pick up her second, and Ariel Miller will head to the line for 2.
Number 10, Rachel Siebold. That's her second. 13 foul.
Miller had 6 quick points off the bench in the first quarter and has been held scoreless ever since. Buries the first. Miller 2 for 2, so she's got 8. It's a 7-point lead for the Pioneers, and Rajon Callahan checks in for Missouri Valley. Gonzalez tasked with the point guard responsibilities with Bianna Pettis on the bench, and Jordan takes a 3 from the left slot off the mark. Antrillo comes away with the long rebound, and she's going to push. The Vikings have numbers. 3 in the corner, knocked down by Irene Madrid. And Trillo with the assist. And before you can blink, it's back to a 5-point lead. The Vikings capable of scoring in transition and in bunches. Smith responds, the floater too strong. Miller the rebound. Here comes Missouri Valley in transition, but Siebold stole it away. Got it to Gonzalez, wide open, corner 3, knocks it down. Jordan Gonzalez with a big 3 in front of the Pioneer bench. Gives Mid-America an 8-point lead, and Coach Lister going to take a timeout. But we'll take one with him. It's a full timeout. You're watching Lady Pioneer basketball on MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for
the Western Colorado State transfer point guard. Antrillo brings it across for the Vikings. After a run was stifled by a Jordan Gonzalez three. She goes right inside to Callahan, who's bunny off the mark, but she comes away with an offensive rebound between 4 Pioneers who were also in the paint. Callahan, the lone Viking, she came down with it. Antrillo, strong drive to the left hand, was fouled. She's going to go to the line.
Foul number 13, Mackenzie Manthey.
They're going to get Manthey for the personal, her second.
That's her second, fourth team foul.
Fourth team foul now in the third quarter on the Pioneers. So Missouri Valley in the bonus for the remaining 4:55 here of the third quarter. Antrillo good on the first. And Antrillo 2 for 2, so a 45-40 lead for your Pioneers. Gonzalez going to bring it across the timeline. It's the Pioneers out in a set, and they go to Trelshawn Smith in the slot. She gets a screen from Manthey. Smith into the paint, kicks, open shooter. Siebold turned it down, drove baseline, stepped through and gets the layup to go. Nice play on the baseline by Rachel Siebold, the honorable mention all-conference player. Just kept the pivot foot down, stepped through, and got the layup to go. Manthey walls up inside again. Great defense inside from Manthey tonight. Pioneers get the jump ball and will take over possession, but Manthey 3 or 4 times has stayed vertical in the paint and not allowed a shot to even get off. Kept herself vertical, no foul, and Pioneers come up with a stop. Gonzalez handles out top, swings it to Rachel Siebold. Siebold looks to go inside to Manthey. It was deflected. Antrillo got a piece of it. So Pioneers will keep possession on the baseline. And Rachel Siebold will inbound. Mariana Mulatto back into the ballgame for Missouri Valley. Again, interesting. Mulatto has played a lot of minutes here tonight and started this ballgame. Coming into the game, she had only participated in 10 of their 28 games and hadn't started a single one. So a big lineup change here for the conference tournament. Smith, spin, turnaround jumper. Doesn't go. Mulatto comes down with the rebound and brings it across. Mulatto into the paint, just about turned it over. Pioneers wanted a carry. Change of direction, drops one off for Miller, and Miller had a little 8-foot jumper left short. Callahan comes flying in for the rebound. And Regine Callahan ties up the Pioneers, and jump ball goes back to the Vikings. Aubrey Rogers and Bianna Pettis check in for the Pioneers. Rogers, the freshman, tasked with defending standout Giovanna Moore, one-on-one on the wing. Moore drives baseline. Help came from Manthey, forces the skip pass. Vikings go inside to Miller. Miller was looking to get it to Antrillo on the give and go. They're going to get Bianna Pettis for the personal foul. Just a little bit of contact on the cutter. I thought she was going to come away with a steal there. Officials say too much contact. That is the 5th personal on the Pioneers, so that should be bonus free throws upcoming. And it is. Officials finally recognize it. First free throw too strong from Antrillo. She splits the pair, so Antrillo now with 4. Pioneers lead by 6. 3.5 to go here in the third quarter. Pettis gets things set left side to Gonzalez. Pick and roll action. Manthey on the roll. Grabs it and scores left side. Gonzalez with another assist, and Mackenzie Manthey having herself a ball game. She's got 8 to go along with an outstanding defensive game. The Pioneers' lead is 8. The freshman from Lansing her game has grown substantially here in her opening campaign in a Pioneer uniform as Giovanna Moore answers with an and-1. Moore split two defenders, got to the rim, gets the layup to drop, and will go to the line for the extra. Allison French whistled for the foul.
That was her second personal.
Second personal on French. Again, Missouri Valley in the bonus the rest of the way. Well, the rest of the quarter, I should say. They'll reset, of course, for quarter number 4. Moore gets the and-1 to go, so right back to 5. They've gotten it to 5 over and over again. Pioneers have responded and pushed the lead back out. Pettis goes out top to Manthe. Now right back to Pettis into the paint. Thought about a pull-up jumper. Instead kicks it to Gonzalez, and her 3 looked good the whole way off the mark. But there's Manthe again, the offensive rebound in the bucket. Mackenzie Manthe having a day in double figures with 10. And Missouri Valley playing with pace, in transition, in a hurry. We're going to get Bianna Pettis for another personal, her second in as many possessions here. And it's going to send Mariana Mulatto to the line for 2. Another offensive rebound and an extra possession. Mulatto with a nice pass, found Antrillo cutting to the rim, and it's a 4-point game. Offensive rebounds have been a Achilles heel for both of these clubs, really. Extra possessions abound. Allison French had an open 3 off the mark. Mulatto comes down with the rebound, and she brings it across to Callahan. She takes a quick 3 from the corner. Back rim and in. Callahan's 3 got a soft bounce and drops in and makes this a 1-point ball game. Pettis looking to respond, driving right to left in the paint, left-handed layup off the mark. Here comes Missouri Valley in transition. Callahan to Moore. Moore will shoot that 3 in transition. This time gets into the paint, kicks it out to Mulatto for 3. And looked good. Missouri Valley's bench was ready to explode. Back rim off the mark, and Pioneers keep a 1-point lead for now. Pettis in the paint again. Has all kinds of cushion from Missouri Valley. Now takes the handoff, goes right to the bucket, and gets the layup to go. When Pettis attacks that space quickly, she's been effective. She's now got 9 points in the game. Pushes the Pioneer lead back out to 3. So Pettis with 9 points and 7 rebounds, but just 3 for 11 from the floor. Antrillo answers, goes right over the top of Pettis, who didn't want to pick up her 3rd foul, cuts the lead right back to 1. Pettis again into the paint. Miller comes over and help. Skip pass to Rogers. Rogers being hounded. Good ball pressure from Moore. Kick out to Manthe. Manthe turns down the 3, goes dribble handoff to Pettis again, all the way to the paint. Couldn't get it to go. Missouri Valley with the shot clock off will have the final possession of the 3rd quarter with a chance to take the lead. Giovanna Moore fouled by Aubrey Rogers and will go to the line for 2. Rogers was trying to ice the ball screens, jump on that top side, and push Moore back toward the sideline. Moore intent to get to the middle, and too much body contact for the officials' liking. And Moore with the chance to tie and or take the lead with 9.8 to go in the 3rd quarter. First one on the way from Moore, nothing but net. We're all knotted up at 53. Giovanna Moore leads the Vikings in scoring with 13. And Missouri Valley has taken a 54-53 lead. 9 seconds to go in the quarter. Pettis, quick as a hiccup in transition, right to the rim, layup off the mark, but there's Manthe again for the putback. Mackenzie Manthe, right place, right time. Cleans up the mess, She's got 12, and the Pioneers will take a 1-point lead into the fourth quarter. 55-54. We got a full 1-minute break here in the Cook Center before the fourth quarter will begin here in the quarterfinals of the Heart of America Conference Tournament. You're watching Lady Pioneer Basketball on MNUsports.com. So the fourth quarter of action set to begin. It's Pioneer basketball with a 1-point lead. Kwamba back in, gets it to Trelshawn Smith off the dribble handoff. Smith hesitates, gets to the rim, blocked. Ana Arroyo, who's been on the bench with 3 fouls, makes her presence felt immediately with the block shot. Siebold jumps the passing lane, just about stole it away, but lost it out of bounds, so it's Missouri Valley basketball on the sideline. Antrillo gets it right back to Mulatto. All the way around the perimeter to Moore. And Giovanna Moore, traveling violation. Split those feet on the catch. Didn't establish a pivot foot and whistled for the travel. Pettis to inbound to Trelshawn Smith. Smith, who had 18 points in the first half, sitting now with 20 to start the fourth quarter. Siebold on the give-and-go action, gets downhill, and the layup rolls out. Good execution, got a great look. Siebold all the way at the rim for the layup, just couldn't get it to drop. There's a turnover by the Vikings. Kwamba picks it up, finds Trelshawn Smith. Smith slows it down, back to Kwamba outside. Sargent kicks to Pettis. Bianna Pettis all the way to the rim, left-handed layup, drops. So Bianna Pettis now in double figures with 11, and she's had to earn them. Been a difficult night from the floor, but has remained aggressive. 57-54. Vikings go inside to Arroyo, give-and-go action, kicks to Brecken Antrillo in the corner for 3 off the mark. Pettis the rebound, and she's going to push. Bianna Pettis has to have a double-double at this point. Pettis drops it inside for Sargent. Arroyo blocked it out of bounds, but has whistled for her 4th. Arroyo demonstrably disagrees, but is going to have to exit the ballgame with her 4th personal. See the replay.
Ariel Sargent at the line, shooting 2.
Sargent will go to the line for 2. The Pioneers guards who have been attacking the rim, happy to see big number 25 Arroyo exit the ball game. See how long Coach Lister opts to keep her on the bench with those 4 fouls. Sargent knocks down the free throws, her first 2 points of the ball game, and Pioneers lead 59-54. Again, the winner of this game will head to Dubuque, Iowa to face the number 2 seeded Clark Pride in the semifinals of the Hart Conference Tournament. Callahan casts up a 3 off the mark. Miller the offensive rebound, and she's fouled from behind by Kwamba. Vonda Kawamba, who's a senior and started a lot of games for the Pioneers this season, has played sparingly here tonight because Mackenzie Manthe has had a phenomenal game off the bench. Kawamba, a good post defender, will draw that matchup with Arroyo, but again, Arroyo on the bench. It's been Miller and Manthe, the matchup at the 5 spot for quite a few minutes here tonight. As Miller can't get the second free throw to rattle home. It's Pioneer basketball with a 4-point lead. Trelshawn Smith uses a ball screen, illegal screen. That's going to be another foul on Kawamba, her second.
That's your second team foul.
And Trillo calls out a set from head coach Ben Lister. Looking to get it to Giovanna Moore. They do on a dribble handoff. Go right back off a pin down screen, and now she gets a ball screen. So any way you can get Giovanna Moore the basketball, they've done it here in this possession. Moore, drive and kick. Nothing doing, good defense by Siebold. Now left Moore, Pioneers have to rotate. Open three from the top of the key, rattles out. Fortunate possession as Mulatto found herself wide open, couldn't knock down the three. Kawamba up top, surveys. She's going to take it herself, drives right at Miller. Gets it back in the post, now skip to Trelshawn Smith. Smith puts it on the floor, fouled by Giovanna Moore. Trelshawn wants to go to the line for two. The official on the baseline is going to say it was on the floor.
Foul number 1, Giovanna Moore. That's your second team.
Third personal on Moore. Keep an eye on that. If Giovanna Moore picks up one more, that's a huge loss for the Vikings. Pettis will inbound underneath. 2 team fouls apiece here in the fourth quarter. Manthe goes right at Miller, step through, has to kick it out. Found Sargent. Right back to Mackenzie Manthe, who takes a 17-footer and knocks it down. Mackenzie Manthe with 14. That may be a season high, career high. It's the same thing. She's a freshman. But a standout game as Moore misses a long two in response, and Pettis coast to coast. Blocked out of bounds by Irene Madrid. Last touch by Madrid. It'll be Pioneer basketball. Pettis to inbound. 61-55 lead, under 7 minutes to go in the ballgame in the quarterfinals of the Hart Conference Tournament. And Moore reaches in on Trelshawn Smith and picks up her fourth. Giovanna Moore now with 4 personals to go along with Anna Arroyo with 4 personals. Coach Lister going to leave Moore on the floor. I'm not sure you have much choice. She does a lot of the heavy lifting offensively for the Vikings. They've taken her off of Trelshawn Smith to try to protect her from picking up her 5th, which is a good decision. But Manthe's drive off the mark. Here come the Vikings. They play fast. And Trillo into the paint, drops one off for Irene Madrid. Sargent just about stole it away. Mackenzie Manthe does have her season high with 14. Her previous high was 13, so picked a good time to have a breakout game in the playoffs. The freshman from Lansing. And Pettis has 1 speed, and it's go, go, go. Coach Lewis says slow things down. Gets the handoff to Trelshawn Smith. Smith, pull-up jumper off the mark. Doesn't draw iron. Trelshawn so good at that pull-up. Has gone cold here in the second half. Again, leads all scorers with 20 points. 18 of those coming in half number 1. Vikings keep the ball on the perimeter, and a baseline drive from Madrid couldn't finish. Again, Manthe there inside to contest. And Pettis pushes. Again, they go to that dribble handoff action, trying to get Trelshawn Smith going to her right hand. Moore able to cut her off, and Smith hits the pull-up jumper. So you love the confidence from Trelshawn Smith. Had a 17-foot pull-up the previous possession that was an air ball. Goes right back to it, shoots it with confidence, and knocks it down. 63-55 lead. And Ariel Sargent comes away with a steal. She came from the opposite corner to bat that ball away. And Smith in transition, a little 180, had to shoot it backwards. But Bianna Pettis there for the offensive rebound and the putback. So Pettis has to have a double-double. She's got 11 points, and I've got to believe 10-plus rebounds. I'll check here at the break, but we got a full timeout here in the Cook Center. Under 5 minutes to go. Pioneers 65, Mo Valley 55. So Bianna Pettis with a double-double, 13 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 steals. And her latest basket puts the Pioneers up by double figures with 10. Miller out top, enters the post to Irene Madrid, who gets the layup to go. Nice high-low action from Missouri Valley coming out of the timeout. Madrid had Sargent sealed off in the post and gets the left-handed layup to go. She's got 7. Manthe fakes the handoff, now gets it to Gonzalez. Jordan Gonzalez to the rim, left-handed layup off the mark. And here comes Missouri Valley. It's Giovanna Moore spinning, resets. Gets it to Madrid in the corner, in her 3 too strong. Gonzalez comes down with the rebound and slows the pace, gonna run a set. Manthe fakes the handoff. Now to Pettis, working around the perimeter. Again, she's going to have all kinds of space from out there. Gets to about 8 feet out, and the pull-up jumper off the mark. So Pettis has had to work for those 13 points. She's 6 of 19 from the floor. And Brecken Antrillo answers on the other end with a bucket to put herself in double figures with 10. Miller poked it away from Manthe, but Trelshawn Smith there, right place, right time. Her 3 off the mark. Here comes Moore. Giovanna Moore hesitates and blows by. What a move. Giovanna Moore just slammed on the brakes and then blew by Manthe at the elbow. Moore now with 16 after the layup, and we're right back to a 4-point game. Manthe to Smith. Pioneers have responded time and time again when they've cut it to 2 possessions. Trelshawn, pull-up jumper, foul. She's going to go to the line for 2. Mulatto whistled for the personal. That's her 3rd.
That's her 3rd personal, 4th team foul.
And the 4th team foul on the Vikings, so the Pioneers in the bonus the rest of the way. 2:54 to play, and every whistle on the Vikings will send Mid-America Nazarene to the line. Trelshawn gets the first to go. Gives her 23 to lead 3 Pioneers in double figures. Pettis and Manthe the others. And Trelshawn 2 for 2. Extends that lead back out to 6. Under 3 minutes to go in the ballgame. And Trillo to Moore out top. Moore threw it away. Bianna Pettis with the steal. 3-on-1 break. Pioneers in transition, and Gonzalez saves it from going out of bounds on the baseline and gets back to Deanna Pettis for the layup. It's a great play by Gonzalez, saved a turnover. Got it back to Pettis for the layup, so it's an 8-point lead, and Pettis now has 15. Mulatto way out top, guarded by Smith. Now to Antrillo. Shot clock winding down. Brecken Antrillo to the rim. A good defense by Manthe. Stayed vertical, no foul, and again forced the miss. Stop me if you've heard that before. Trellshawn Smith in transition, right to the bucket, fouled by Madrid, and going to go right back to the free throw line.
Fouls number 23, Irene Madrid. That's his
First personal on Madrid, but again, Pioneers in the bonus. Madrid, the lone senior on this Missouri Valley club that's seen any action tonight. It's a young group, excuse me. Brecken Antrillo also a senior, so the two of them played quite significant minutes, but Giovanna Moore, just a sophomore. Mulatto, just a sophomore. Ana Arroyo, the 6'3" center from Madrid, is a junior, so a lot of returning talent for Coach Lister in this Vikings club for next season. Although this season far from over, it's a 10-point lead now with 2 minutes to go, so the chances are slim and none, and Slim has not quite exited the building, but he's standing near the exit sign. Giovanna Moore fouled by Jordan Gonzalez on the drive to the basket. Pioneers had a couple fouls to give. It's the third team foul. Just the second personal on Gonzalez. Madrid takes the inbound. Gets it to Antrillo left side. Moore trying to run through that elevator screen. Pioneers did a nice job blowing it up. Pettis denied Giovanna Moore the opportunity to get a catch and shoot three at the top of the key. Off that ATO. Mulatto's three wild off the mark, and it's a shot clock violation. Good defensive possession by the Pioneers, and their bench loves it. Coach Lewis excited about the defensive possession, but Trellshawn Smith came up limp and has gone back down to the floor. I didn't see what happened, but Trellshawn visibly shaken up and has gone to the floor. She's going to be tended to by the athletic training staff, and we will update you on Trellshawn Smith's status when we come back. So we got a timeout in the Cook Center. Minute 33 to go in the ball game. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Just to give you an update on the timeout, it was friendly fire as Ariel Sargent incidentally clipped Trellshawn Smith, and Trellshawn with a bloody nose has exited the ballgame, appears to be okay, obviously in some pain, and the training staff cleaning up the blood on the floor takes just a moment. So we'll be back to resume play here in just a minute, but no foul either way. Incidental contact from a teammate as Sargent's elbow got the better end of Trelshawn Smith's nose. And play will resume with 1:33 to go, and the Pioneers with a 10-point lead. Of course, Trelshawn Smith, the leading scorer and a great free throw shooter, someone you'd like to have on the floor down the stretch, but got to stop that nose from bleeding. Has gone into the training room, so Gonzalez takes her time bringing it into the front court. Goes to Manthe out top. Pin down screen for Pettis, gets it right back on the handoff. Pettis into the paint, kicks to Sargent. Manthe fakes the handoff and was tied up, she traveled. So Arroyo got a hand on the basketball and Mackenzie Manthe couldn't keep that foot down. Turns it over, but did take about 25 off the clock, so just 1:10 left in a 10-point game. And Trillo gets a screen from Arroyo. Not a Moore. Moore, a deep three off the mark. Sargent tracks down the rebound. Under a minute. Pettis brings it across the timeline. Settles out to Gonzalez, and Pioneers contend to let this shot clock run all the way down. That dribble handoff action we've seen all night long. Pettis in the paint. I think Brecken and Trillo got a piece of that, but Mackenzie Manthe once again cleans up the offensive glass and gets the easy putback, adding to her career high. She now has 16 and picked a great time to do it in the first round of the Hart Conference Tournament, the quarterfinals. Madrid's three off the mark. And the Pioneers are going to send themselves up north to Dubuque to face Clark in the number 2 seeded Pride in the semifinals of the Hart Conference Tournament. Shot clock is off. Gonzalez just going to dribble out the clock, and that should do it. A 73-61 victory in the Cook Center for your Lady Pioneers, led in scoring by Trelshawn Smith with 24 and Bianna Pettis with a double-double, 15 points, 11 rebounds, 5 steals. And the freshman Mackenzie Manthe's career night was 16. That should do it. Pioneers head to Dubuque for the semifinals. Thanks for being with us, and good night, everybody.